Hello, everyone. Welcome to Social Work 668. Today, we are going to focus on quantitative data analysis and learn some basic descriptive statistics in Excel. So sit tight as I share my screen. And we will get started. We are in session 12, which means there are only 3 weeks left remaining in this semester. You are staring at the finish line. Just keep going. This past week, we looked at measurement tools. So strategies for selecting the most optimal evaluation measure or measures for your project. So please look at our feedback on that assignment this week. That will help really inform you and set you up well for your final project in this class, which is your program evaluation paper and then your upcoming presentation. So something to keep in mind if you feel a little bit stuck with your evaluation measures, reach out to us. Get a consult, get some help. One of the things I would advise you to look at for those of you who might be a little late in getting this assignment in is look at your final outcomes for your logic model. What are you looking to increase and what are you looking to decrease? So just to be really generic about it, it could be you are trying to increase well-being, or you are trying to decrease depression, or you are trying to decrease anxiety, or you are trying to increase client satisfaction. Look at validated and reliable scales that measure those concepts that are, grounded in literature, that have been tested and normed on the population that you wish to engage, your population of focus, and that is a fantastic starting place. So next steps. So for this week, we are going to learn how to run some basic statistical analyses in Excel. I want us all to breathe. I know some of you have reached out to me saying that this week is particularly anxiety provoking for you, and learning statistical analysis seems like a really big step at this juncture in this semester. So I wanted to give you some tips successful, and I want to really take some time to walk you through how to get there this week. So my first tip, step number 1, is review the soft chalk lesson for this week. And there will be an attached PowerPoint presentation in that lesson. There will also be some demonstration videos. So please be patient and practice if you are not familiar with Excel, but learning it starts within the soft chalk lesson this week. These 3 steps will set you up nicely for journal entry number 1. So that will be an activity based on soft chalk information. I will post a data spreadsheet in Excel, and those are the data that I want you to analyze. I'm going to ask you to do a pre and post-test analysis using that data set. And if you get stuck, my very last video in our weekly content area is a tip sheet where I'm actually demoing the first part of that analysis for you. So there are multiple avenues to help you. I'd like you to try to do it on your own first, but if you really get stuck, scroll to the end of this week's course content and you will see sort of a life support video trying to really reach out to you and say, okay, if all else fails, just watch this video. I will complete the first step of the analysis, the pre-test, but it will be up to you to complete the post-test. The second journal entry for the week, yes, there are 2 journal entries this week. We are asking you to reflect on your own evaluation plan. And that is really taking what you've learned from your measurements last week, taking what you've learned from looking at various statistical analyses and coming up with some sort of evaluation plan for your final assignment. And then lastly, we have a final quick survey to check in, and I've also posted some additional resources for you. Next week is really the last week where we're going to be introducing maybe new material that's grounded in the book. We are going to look at cost effectiveness and cost analysis and pragmatic issues relating to looking at cost effectiveness plans. Many of you have experience in this area based on what I've learned about your careers throughout the semester. So for some of you, this is going to come really easily. For those of you who have run organizations or are in management positions or write grants, you're fairly used to this idea of coming up with a cost effectiveness plan. So your big assignment is coming up, the very last assignment of the semester, and that is your program evaluation assignments. I have posted the rubric for this assignment. I have also posted a video where I walk you through the steps. You will also have an example assignment, and those are all under the assignments tab in Blackboard. So take a deep breath because you have been working on the components of this assignment all semester. So do not feel overwhelmed by the requirements. If I were you, this is a pro tip, take all of your journals, all of your blogs, all the micro components of your weekly assignments related to this class, and I would really copy and paste them into one document or copy and paste them into the outline of your program evaluation, because my assumption is that if you've been following along, you will have really achieved about 80% of this final assignment. And I also want you to borrow and pull from your needs assessment and your logic model as well. Since this is a heavy week of info and Excel work, we will discuss more about the final assignment, which is your program evaluation paper and your final presentation next week. But those videos will be posted for those of you who want to get a jump ahead. So this is just a motivation for this week. This is the baby going, yes, this is the feeling when you get that Excel function right on the first try. But if you do not get it right on the first try, do not worry. Watch my video at the very end for some tips and a demonstration on how to actually do it properly if you get stuck. Lastly, do what you have to do until you can do what you want to do, by Oprah Winfrey. So I say this to say that not all of you want to learn statistical data analysis in Excel. Many of you are not in the mood at this point in the semester, but you might not have to use it in the future when you don't want to, but it's always good to learn it just in case you are ever in a situation where you are running, managing an organization. You need to prove that your intervention worked through outcomes and statistical analysis. Look at some basic statistical analysis, look at comparing means before and after your intervention, maybe run some t-tests, figure out a way that you can get some basic statistical analysis under your belt. And you have to do it now, but you might not have to in the future, but I'm hoping you do. All right. With that confusing closing, I hope you all have a fantastic week. I'm here in case you need anything, and I wish you all luck. Take care. Bye.